Hello, guys. Welcome back to the stream. I just want to say I thought this Derrick Jaxn situation was done, and then he came out with another video reacting to his initial video. And God, that was such a narcissistic. It left me speechless. As you know, honestly, where's the accountability? Because I watched the video before, and from what I could tell is like he literally gave himself props for coming out and saying, "Do you understand the mindset of this person that he came out and said like these girls ain't doing, I didn't have sex with them." And then he came out, okay, I did it, but then I promoted my book. Then he came out with his wife and said like, "Look, we did have broke up and stuff. I wasn't doing right," and then had the nerve to blame it on God, said this is God's will and all this shit. You know how many pastors been doing the same crap he's done? It's like, God forgive me, so you should. No, a man's actions and his man's words. You know, God be like, you have to put in the work to get the results, and the work he put in is not good work. I don't. This has left me really disappointed in him, as many men have stated in the past that his message was not very conducive to creating and establishing a long, healthy relationship. That he is just saying like, I've seen videos that directly contradict what his situation is. Like, you should never forgive a man. I'm like, why would you? I mean, that makes no sense. I don't know. This is just a lot, a whole lot. And this situation really made me like, whoa. I think his wife needs some help. Oh crap! I didn't mean to do that. Ugh. Well, I watched the video. I was gonna do a reaction to the video, but I really don't want to hear it again because that stuff was crazy. Like the sheer amount of just unaccountability. You know what? I am gonna do it. Let me reopen that. I'm just gonna watch it because that was just.
What's going on, guys? Derrick Jaxn here, and today I'm joined by my lovely wife, Renee, and we just wanted to address a couple of things. We understand that some of you may have already heard, maybe not, that this chapter of our marriage is one that was perceived by marriage that completely failed. Now, I would say it started around August, maybe September of last year, but a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that stuff. Some of it is true, some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derrick Jaxn was involved with other women outside the marriage. So the same way that I preach, men and women in this situation need to face consequences of their actions, deserve to be held accountable. Guess what? Derrick Jaxn's no exemption. He's not exempt from that. I'm also not a victim. Nobody made me do this. She didn't make me or push me to do it. The next person didn't make me. No friend influenced me. Don't matter how I was raised, what trauma, whatever. Look, I made decisions. I made a series of decisions that I got to account for. There's no excuse or justification. I've already made that bed and have had to lie in it. And now we're finally getting on to the other side personally in our own healing and our own marital oneness. And now this is being made public to you guys. We're bringing that forth to you guys to let you know where we're at.
It looks fit though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, so I do want to just add that I agree with what you just said. There is no justification for
Oh,
other women
speaking of
into
which,
our
his
marriage.
wife,
When I found out about it,
they
I
get
left. I
deep
didn't
dive
hesitate,
on his
always had
wife,
to do
and
so. And I
apparently she
stayed
was
on.
a lot of
I mean, I became
self-hating.
stayed on and stood firm on I
Because
am not
of
coming
one,
back.
she said she has
And I
daddy
did not come
issues,
back
and then
until
she
I
was
see
like, I
a
like
shift
the
and a change in his
women
mentality.
before.
But there's
She
nothing
did
out there
have
right now that
intercourse with
is
women.
information that I don't already know or
So
haven't known
apparently
before.
that
And
came
so
out.
this
So
is not
I
something
don't even know
that
the
is new.
situation. This
We
is like
have
a
moved
wild,
forward from it.
wild
We have gotten counsel
relationship.
for it and continue to do so. He is still continuing to pursue God and continuing to seek guidance and wise counsel from men of God. So today, where I'm at is at
Why is
peace, and I
all the
probably
more
stand by
like
his side,
freaky as
and I
messed
have
up people
no
always say,
hesitation, I
"Hey,
have
thank
no
you
hurt, no
God,
shame
God
about
forgive
that.
me,"
We
and
have
then
already
I'm
turned
like,
a new
what?
chapter in this story. We are
Seriously, I feel
continuing to
thankful
move
for
forward, and we
God
just now
so
share
much.
that with you. I forgave him, and most importantly, God has first forgiven him, and I also forgive the others as well. And with that, we are free and moving forward. So that's all I have.
If you get nothing else from what I've ever said over the last 9 years or right here in this video, please get this. Nothing is right until it is right with God. Nothing works until it comes into alignment with biblical standard of how God told us to do things, especially when we're talking about a marital, spiritual covenant.
Yes.
You cannot do this by your own understanding, your own intelligence, your own willpower, your own values. You have to have the grace of God to break free from certain things, to stay away from certain things, to not operate from your lowest self, whatever it may be.
So,
when I looked in the comments of this video, I don't know if old boy was trolling or not, but he said, D, I think I want to see a reaction to this video. So let's do it. And by the way, I'm speaking third person. A lot of you already seen this, but this is Derrick Jaxn. A lot of people think of him as a relationship expert and guru and all of that. Well, he and his wife are making this video because apparently at some point in their marriage, or maybe even beforehand in the relationship, he didn't take his own advice and he stepped out and he got involved with the women, as you heard them say. Now, upon first impression, not really stuck about him, but more so about the wife. Like I heard her say that she stands with her husband, she's proud to love him. I heard her say that, you know, this is some time ago, they've already processed this, overcame this, dealt with this a long time ago, and nothing's really new to her. But just by her body language, I was really wondering, like, did he force her to do this video? Like, she looks super uncomfortable, like she doesn't want to be there. But then I watched the live chat that they did right afterwards, and you know, I kind of caught that this is just a part of her personality, so that kind of explains somewhat of her demeanor. You know, she clearly has a mind of her own. If you saw the live chat too, and she said that the live chat even was her idea. So with that, cool. She wants to stand by her husband. She feels like he's worth it. She has that right. Now, as far as what he said, I understand and I completely applaud him taking accountability, because too many times we see dudes and they got this sob story about how he was raised and you know they broke it home and the goldfish died and they never seen a marriage and all. He didn't do that. He just took accountability. But I hope he understands that all the accountability in the world is not going to rebuild broken trust. Not on a personal level and even with the public that he's addressing. Like even his most loyal supporters at this point will probably have a raised eyebrow from this point forward whenever he wants to condemn another man for something like this, and rightfully so. So hopefully he understands that. And I also thought it was very intriguing how he brought in God at the end. You know, I don't really hear him speak like that. So, you know, do it God's way or else it's going to fail. Now, if I saw that a couple of years ago, I honestly would call BS. I honestly would have been like, nah, dude, like you can't use God as a scapegoat. You know, as if you not having Jesus is why you did what you did. Like if Jesus was there with you and you were with those other women, Jesus would have zipped up the zipper void for you. That's not how it works. Like who are you kidding? But now I have a relationship with God for myself, so I hear things a little bit differently. And what I heard whenever he said that was that, you know, when you go into a godly commitment, which marriage is supposed to be, you can't.
Okay, pause. Here's the thing. If you heard it years before, you can't call BS because he's putting standards for that. If he has fucked up so much against God's word, has said he came to God before and didn't follow the word, and now is saying like I believe in. He's using God as an excuse, and this is some bullshit. I don't know why I got like so heated for a minute. Cause I'm just like, listen to this narcissistic asshole. Excuse my language, God, please forgive me. But I do find him as a narcissist in the sense that his avid supporters will give him a side. I'm like, yes, he understands the consequences of his actions. So what is he trying to do? He's trying to sugarcoat. But you know what? I can't be mad at him for doing that because that's his livelihood. This is how he makes his money, right? He sells books to women. He gets women to believe in his message, even though he himself doesn't follow the message. And now he's trying to go back to his original message, even though it's been proven by himself that he can't follow the original message. I would call this captain to the ultimate level. Like this guy has the cap king. There's nothing else I can say about that, but you know, it is what it is. Let's go on and finish this video because I'm just getting sick of it.
Lean on your own understanding. You can't do it by yourself. You can't do it by your own willpower, your own good intentions and vows and love for a person. If you go into a godly commitment, you have to lean on God. You have to do things like to God's standard. You have to rely on God's grace. That's the only way you're going to be able to do it for the long term. And that I can personally relate to. Now, regardless, whether you like him, love him, or hate him, I think this is a great example as to why we don't need to be putting anybody on a pedestal. Nobody. And I think a lot of women did that. And I'm not even going to say it's the women's fault by themselves because this dude, he never really showed his struggle.
Are you trying? Wait. Are you trying to blame your supporters who? Here's the thing. You projected an image out there that wasn't real. And you're blaming supporters who believed in you and the message you were saying because of the image you portrayed instead of the real image you were. You know, you lead with your this is blaming his supporters. And this is so stupid. And every man was saying this guy was a scammer. This is a scammer level. This is like godly scammer level. It's like, hey, I told you some stuff, right? But you knew what it was. You knew what it was, right? But still come buy it for me. Who's going to buy that stuff? No, this is just
humans, and we all make mistakes, but he never showed those mistakes, not for real. I think he wrote about it, something like that. But he never showed that side, so it's not really all on women. But I've seen a lot of women put this dude on a pedestal to the point of idealizing him and even comparing their man to him. Like they'll compare their man's good, bad, and ugly whole story to Derrick Jaxn's snippet. You know, which is of course a standard nobody can meet consistently. That's like a dude taking a picture of another woman who's in shape and she got a 4-pack and you know she's just beautiful and all that stuff and her body's just super tight, and him comparing his woman to that woman because his woman got a couple extra pounds from having a baby. Meanwhile, he don't know that woman in the picture may not even be able to have children. She may be struggling with that and coping with it by working out 2-3 times a day. She may have an unhealthy body image, and that's why she works out obsessively and consistently and looks so good. Like you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's wise to ever idealize somebody or compare them. Like not only because somebody can be living a double life, which I don't think is quite the case here, according to his wife, behind the scenes, without anybody knowing. Of course, this party gonna blow up, but he's been putting in the work to kind of reconstruct where all have been broken since last year. So I don't think it's a double life thing, but you don't know what struggle somebody has behind the scenes. You don't know the shortcomings. You don't know where they're falling short. So it's just not wise to compare on any level. Nonetheless, I know some people will see this type of video, even though he's come forward and he's been completely honest. Some people just gonna close the book on D. Some people gonna close the book on this dude and say, you know what, I'm done with you, cancel culture, come here. I'm more so on the side of his wife and just basically letting this be a new chapter of how I see him, because I do believe that his content over the years has helped a tremendous amount of people. You know, he tells the truth, he speaks facts, and quite honestly, to be real with y'all, I've needed several new chapters in my own life, Lord knows, and I'm not ashamed to say it. But I'm no guru. Those are just my thoughts. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. And by the way, he has a book detailing how he and his wife overcame all of this in their private lives a long time ago. Matter of fact, it's called Heal Together Without Hurting Each Other. So if you're in a situation like this, you want to let God in to totally restore it better than new.
Okay. Respect the hustle. Don't respect the blatant tendencies to sugarcoat and rug sweep what you've done. And I hope that you and your wife are make it. I would say that the information that's gleaned from my last video, that you guys need a lot of help. That if you can't stand, if you just I really just don't like how he's putting pressure on God and himself instead of the pressure on man. It's like, you can't do it alone. You're not doing it alone. I feel like he's the type of toxic religious person that will lead you down the wrong way, in a sense. You know, he makes mistakes, he makes excuses for his mistakes, and then he tries to use the religion and God to cover it up. And my brain literally, I got a headache just from listening to this non-accountable bullcrap. And I feel like it's non-accountable. Like, you might think it's different, but I found this non-accountable on his part. Rug sweeping the issues, and then just at the end of it, like literally at the end, advertising his book. And I'm like, can't knock the hustle. This is how he gets his money, so you know he has to do what he has to do. Also, I learned like there's a lot of stuff. Man, this is rough. This is rough. But it's gonna be okay, you know. This is how he is. This is how he's reacting to the situation that has come up hand. Anyone who believed him now doesn't. Like he said, he's gonna lose a lot of followers. He's cognizant of his loss of followers. That just means, in my opinion, that the followers who still follow him are like those people who are blindly religious and just like their deity can do no wrong. If Derrick Jaxn has inspired you to compare, he even said like compare to your man. He understands that the image he put out has damaged relationships because the women have used him as a model, even though that model was a false one, even in his own relationship. So all that tells me is this: you have to understand who you're with, and understand that communication is the number one priority in any relationship, and that listening to a person on the internet as your golden rule will not help you overall. Relationships need to be one-to-one, you know? You can get advice from other people, but I would say that you take advice with a grain of salt. Always be critical of the advice and the intent behind the advice. Okay? And like life will teach you. Like you might go through some rough patches, you might have some ups and downs relationship, but that's how you tread through that, and how you build upon that is how you define your character. Some people just have one strike, you're out, and that really doesn't build any character because you're not able to understand, comprehend, and just digest what you've learned from that specific relationship. In a sense, Derrick Jaxn, all his female believers, this was a relationship that most people, their friends, like most men were saying, this was not right, this was toxic, you should really reevaluate this. This was a relationship between a narcissist and their girlfriend, and you're the outside friend as a man trying to say, no, this is not right. He is playing you, and your failed relationship from taking up this man's advice result in your situation right now. Now, does this man's advice always result in a failed relationship? Probably not. I would say that, like I said, take any advice, take any information, criticize it, take it with a grain of salt, and just like, prove on your theory. But you have to understand that humans are humans. You make mistakes. Everybody's boo-boo stink, okay? If you say you boo-boo and your boo-boo don't stink, that's just because you don't smell your boo-boo. Everybody else can smell your boo-boo, okay? And it might be very foul to some people, okay? That's clear. I guess that's a clear understanding. I'm just gonna talk right now. I really do gotta edit, just listen to it, to be honest. Now I'm gonna take something for this, but gotta go out and do some stuff. But I just want to say that I wish him and his wife all the best, good vibes. I hope they work it out. I just want I just want accountability in all aspects of life in that situation, and I hope that whatever that situation is, I hope they got professional help. I hope they look outside the church for professional help, because I believe you need somebody who's based in what you believe and someone who's based in just like non-religious beliefs to help guide you towards a healthy mindset, because it gives you polar opposites, not polar opposites like you don't believe something, but gives you a healthy mentality. Um, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you for watching. Please hit that like button down below. Please hit that subscribe button. I do this randomly, so we're gonna. The more subscribers I get, the more consistent I'll be. I know, like, that's some bull crap. You should just do it consistently. Well, I have a life, okay? And until this start putting in numbers, I'm just gonna do this for fun, and we're gonna just keep it going. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and comment down below what you think. Derrick Jaxn, whatever. I don't even care about his name anymore, because at this point I'm exhausted and mind dropping. How do you feel about this situation, and how do you expect him to go forward into healing and treating his relationship? And that's it. Bye.